So you think all footballers are like Cristiano Ronaldo, who stay away from alcohol, soda, smoking in certain food? You'll be shocked when you find out there are myriads of players who just don't care that much. Many footballers drink soda and alcohol whenever they like, eat whatever they like, and smoke whatever they like. Well, apart from banned substances, of course, and hey, we're not even here to judge. We're just here to see 7 famous footballers who smoke. Now, Maurizio Sarri doesn't make this list. We said footballers, not football manager. Let's get right to it. Number 1, Raja Nengolan. Nengolan is that guy who doesn't care what people think about him. Not one bit. He smokes and he has never had any intention of hiding. Back when he was playing for AS Roma, he would leave his teammates in the dressing room and go blow smoke with the assistant manager. Not it wasn't Sarri. At this point, you have to let the Lazio manager be. Anyway, you could argue that Nengolan and smoking habits were not very healthy, but in his prime he always went onto the field and delivered the healthiest and most voracious performance. When asked about his smoking habits, here's what the began to say. I know I should set a good example. I have kids, but I'm just a footballer. I do my job. Everyone knows that I smoke and I can't hide it, but I'm not ashamed. Now, in case you're thinking that Nengolan is that chronic because he smokes, the next footballer on this list will teach you that judging people by their habits is not a very good idea. Number 2, Marco Verratti. Back to Old Trafford back in 2019, the Italian midfield maestro was out drinking and smoking all night. During Neymar's birthday celebrations, he came out of that game against United with the most touches and best passing accuracy and most fouls won. It had Julian Lorenzo amazed how Verratti is able to consistently put up in. Number 3, Mario Balotelli. That Balotelli ever for 1 second seemed like the kid of guy who cared even one bit about what anyone thought, given a really hard time by the English media when he was caught on camera smoking during his dry spell at Liverpool. But that didn't stop him. Even when he got fined for smoking on a train, he still didn't stop smoking. The only people who were able to stop him for a bit were AS Milan. They signed him from Liverpool and gave him very strict conditions, which included a ban on his smoking and a restriction on his drinking. It probably worked because he wasn't caught smoking during his time in Milan. But when he left the club, he was straight back to his habit. The lad was caught smoking just minutes before his debut was pressure. And it was a big game, you know, a game against Juventus, against Super Mario. Just doesn't give a damn. Number 4, Johan Cruyff. Like we said, Cruyff won everything as a player and as a coach. 3 Ballon d'Or awards, 4 European Cups, 13 league titles, 13 domestic cups. He nearly completed all with the World Cup, but he lost the 74 final, after which he was still named player of the tournament. Even more than all that, Cruyff went on to create legacy that is currently outliving him both for Ajax and Barcelona. He is definitely one of the greatest players and greatest managers to have ever graced the sport, and boy did he love smoking. So if you need proof that smoking cigarettes does not affect your greatness, nor does it cut short your potential as a footballer, look no further than Johan Cruyff. He smoked a lot, but still reached heights that many footballers and managers still dream of reaching. And when we say he smoked a lot, we really mean a lot. He used to smoke 20 sticks of cigarettes per day, and there were reports that at some point when he became a manager, that number increased to 40. Yes, every day, 40 every day. We have to say, though, that we do not encourage this type of heavy smoking. It's definitely bad for you, and ended up affecting Europe. It's definitely bad for you, and it ended up affecting Cruyff's health. In 1991, the legendary Dutchman had to undergo a heart bypass operation, and it was said that he had developed a problem during the period when he doubled his cigarette consumptions per day. Number 5, Wayne Rooney. During his playing days, Rooney got in a lot of trouble with the English English fans for so many reasons. There was the cheating scandal, doing business with prostitutes, public urination, excessive partying and drink driving. So many reasons. But also in the midst of those despicable things was his smoking habit. The England fans just didn't love that one of their heroes was a smoker. So he had to endure a lot of heat from the fans and the media because of his indulgence in cigarette smoking. And of course, he's not the only English footballer who gotten this type of treatment from the media for smoking. Number 6. Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole is another player who enjoyed smoking, but also ended up as a widely successful footballer. In fact, he is regarded by many as one of the best ever in his position. He was notably praised as one of the greatest left backs in history by his former teammate Emil Heskey, who in the same breath called him a chain smoker. Anyway, reports that his smoking habit was one of the reasons he left Chelsea in 2014. The coach of the club at that time, Jose Mourinho, really hates smoking and was not able to convince Cole to drop the habit, and that sort of created a dent in their relationship. That, along with a few other factors, led to the legend leaving the club at 33. And the last one, number 7, Gianluigi Buffon. We end this list with another absolute legend of the game who's been pictured smoking a couple of times. After he and his Juventus teammates qualified for another Champions League final in 2017, was pictured winding down in his car with friends and enjoying a cig. And you know what here is to learn from this video: judging people by their habits is not always a good idea. As long as that habit doesn't hurt other people, let them be. Almost all the players that made this list today are football greats, but they enjoyed smoking, so what? Even more greats who didn't make the list smoke: Zidane, Ozil, and Maradona. You can continue to listen to comment if you know more names. However, we still have to advise you to be careful with the habits you pick up. Like is often said, smokers are liable to die young. So stay careful and stay safe. Many other players have some another bad habits, like Neymar. This is the video. Click and enjoy. Bye bye.